Hey guys, I'm back with another video review of a personal grail for myself that I was hunting for 4 years, and I was finally able to get my hands on an undisplayed one just a couple of days ago. It wasn't cheap, but as you can see, it was definitely worth it. So let me give you a quick rundown about the character. The character is basically, for those of you who are not Predator fans, is known as the Wolf Predator, and he appeared in AVPR. Now, if you've seen the movie, you know it's a very forgettable movie, and personally, I consider it the worst ever Predator movie made. But the character was awesome. And this statue is based on that character. Now, this statue is basically from Sideshow Collectibles. It's a legendary scale figure, and for those of you who do not know legendary scale, basically they're supposed to be half scale. Now, obviously, this is not a half scale Predator. I think he would be closer to a 1/3 scale. And this was done in collaboration with Amalgamated Dynamics. Now, this statue, like I said, came out in 2012. It originally sold for about $2,000. Shipping would have not been cheap because this guy weighs about 20 kg. So that's about approximately 40 pounds, right? And just so you know, the current market value of this bad boy is about $4,000. Yes, not cheap, but if you're a Predator fan, or an Aliens fan for that matter, since their worlds do cross over, this is definitely worth it. Now, before I talk about the statue, I'll just give you a quick rundown about how you put the statue together. Now, for those of you familiar with Sideshow, all legendary scale figures come with a booklet, unlike the other statues. And basically, obviously, you paid about $2,000, so to make the package even sweeter, right? So I'll just take you through this. You can pause the video if you want later to go through it in detail. And basically, the booklet shows you a couple of pictures about the figure, some background, and then they tell you how to put it together. Now, this is the first point I want to point out. This is the first thing I want to point out is I found a better way to put it together rather than what they suggested. And I'll tell you why, right? Just let me go through the entire booklet. So for those who are interested, there you go. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so yeah, this is a nice Sideshow logo. Right, so how do you put this guy together? So you have the base, and then you stick the figure on the base. Now he comes all in one piece, except his right arm. Okay, then what you do is you put on his grenade belt, his spare combi stick in there, and you put on the skull necklace. Okay, now this is where the you can at this point you can stick the other arm, right? Now this statue comes with two arms. The first is this one with the spear, and the second is one with a whip. Wait, hold on. Let me get it for you. 1 second. There you go. So it's a posable whip. I think it's made out of rubber. It's very pliable, and you can put it there. But personally, I felt that I feel this part will stress over time if you keep it displayed. That's why I opted to go with the combi stick. Yeah, and then I've heard stories about this pleather-like material fraying over time because of weight, and that's not very uncommon because I've seen the same thing happen with quarter scale figures, and I've seen the same thing even happen with believe it or not, a cinema cat, right? So the leather frays over time. Anyway, so the assembly would tell you to put the head on, and he comes with two heads, the masked variant and the unmasked. And to be honest, the unmasked is a sight to behold. I mean, look at that. Look at that detail, right? Just look at that. It's crazy. And the wolf predator is a predator that basically killed the queen. He's on the top of the hunter food chain in the Predator universe, because like if you saw the movie, he basically answers a distress call, and he knows there's a pred alien, and then he basically goes out all alone, unlike the Predators. Okay, so the instructions would tell you to install the head first, then install the left and right shoulder cannons, and then you install the spare pack on his back, and then you install the second combi stick. Now, my suggestion would be first install, because once you install the head, as you can see, the braids make it really difficult to install, and then even then you still have this peg not fully inserted because of the hair braids that come in, and here as well the second combi stick doesn't all go full in because again you have braids in between. So what I suggest is first you put this backpack on, okay, then you put the head, okay, and then you put the left and right shoulder cannons. Okay, that makes it much easier than trying to navigate the backpack with the head on, because it's very difficult with the braids on. And then because they're fragile, you're a bit afraid you might break something, and you don't want to break something on a statue that's expensive, to be honest. Right? The statue is mixed media. Like I said, you have the leather parts, then you have the netting on him. Other stuff are like sculpted, but there's a lot of leather here in his loincloth, etc. Right? Here it's fully sculpted. The alien is nice. However, I feel that this is nice. I like this, translucent resin. This I feel could have been colored better. I don't know, just my opinion. It's not, very true to the movie, I feel. I don't know. I just feel it's not the right shade of yellow. Yeah? He, as you can see, he's posed nicely. There's a nice peg going in here that's managing. I presume he has something to support his weight over here. Right? Very dynamic pose, very alive. Even when you display it with the whip, it just takes it to another level. But like I said, I'm afraid of that because of I don't feel that'll stand the test of time well. Let me do a quick 360 for you. Just amazing, just out of this world. The character himself is wicked, but I feel that they just don't make them anymore like this. This, as you can see, this shoulder cannon goes all the way in. The other one can go in, but I'm afraid that, you'll end up breaking something because of the way the braids are, unless you maneuver it in and out, and that would make swapping the heads out even more difficult. So I just opted to let it stay like that. And personally, I'll be displaying him with the mask, even though the unmasked is much more detailed, but I'll be displaying him with the mask next to my cinema cat, which is an unmasked predator. So then I'll have both looks going for me. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Do I recommend him? If you can afford it, definitely yes, right? If you're a Predator fan and you want just one statue and you want an ultimate statue, it's either this or the cinema cat. And personally, I would recommend the one you would like more, depending on which version of the Predator you like, because the original Predator is basically the one that started it all, but the Wolf Predator basically takes the character to another level, right? So like I said, thank you for watching. I would definitely recommend this guy, and till I see you next time, this is me, Pop Culture Mad, tuning out.